a lot of the headlines, of course, being hogged by Rahul Gandhi. I'm not sure if it's for the entirely right reasons. It was meant to be the biggest culmination of the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra, a mega rally with most of the opposition alliance partners on stage. But it turned out to be an embarrassment which only gave the Prime Minister fodder to launch yet another broadside at the Congress. And it was thanks to the comments by Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, who, while talking about fighting Narendra Modi, decided to refer to the Shakti in Hindu Dharma. He then went on to declare that we will fight that Shakti of Hindu Dharma. But naturally, the BJP first picked up on this comment and branded it anti-women, anti-Hindu, and then the Prime Minister himself entered the ring. He, remember, is on a tour of the southern states. Today, when speaking in Telangana, he launched into I.N.D.I by quoting this fight against Shakti as a challenge to not just the women of India, but voters at large. But before we tell you about the Prime Minister's response and the politics that followed, listen in to what it is that Rahul Gandhi actually said.
हिंदू धर्म में शक्ति शब्द होता है। हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं, एक शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं। अब सवाल उठता है, वो शक्ति क्या है? जैसे किसी ने यहां कहा, राजा की आत्मा ईवीएम में है। सही है, सही है। राजा की आत्मा ईवीएम में है। हिंदुस्तान की हर संस्था में है, ईडी में है, सीबीआई में है, इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट में है।
Will this be the latest addition to the BJP's campaign theme? Certainly seems like it, considering that the BJP released a video on Shakti Pujan today on the heels of the Prime Minister's first response. Then, while speaking in Karnataka, he reiterated that challenge. When the Prime Minister was in Shimoga, he looped in all of India and said that this is a mindset that is against women, against the Shakti of India, and he takes it up as a challenge because 2024 election, the 4th of June, is going to end up being a contest between those who want to end and those who have vowed to protect Shakti.
कल मुंबई में शिवाजी मैदान में इंडी अलायंस की तरफ से एक खुला ऐलान किया गया है। वो लोग हिंदू धर्म में समाहित शक्ति को समाप्त करना चाहते हैं। हिंदू शक्ति को समाप्त करने का उन्होंने बीड़ा उठाया है। हिंदू समाज जिसे शक्ति मानता है, उस शक्ति के विनाश का उन्होंने ऐलान कर दिया है। अगर शक्ति के विनाश का उनका ऐलान है, तो शक्ति की उपासना का हमारा भी ऐलान है। मैं भारत मां का पुजारी हूं और जिन्होंने कल शिवाजी पार्क में इंडी अलायंस ने अपना घोषणा पत्र शक्ति को खत्म करने के लिए किया है, मैं इस चुनौती को स्वीकार करता हूं और मैं इन शक्ति स्वरूपा माताओं बहनों की रक्षा के लिए जान की बाजी लगा दूंगा, जीवन खपा दूंगा। क्या भारत की धरती पर कोई शक्ति के विनाश की बात कर सकता है क्या? शक्ति के विनाश का बिगुल फूंक रहे हैं माताएं बहनें। शक्ति स्वरूपा आप है। क्या ऐसे लोगों को शक्ति का विनाश करने के मौका देंगे क्या? मौका देंगे क्या? शक्ति का विनाश करने वालों का विनाश होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए? शक्ति स्वरूपा माताओं की रक्षा होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए? शक्ति के संस्कार की रक्षा होनी चाहिए कि नहीं होनी चाहिए? और इसलिए लड़ाई एक तरफ शक्ति के विनाश करने वाले लोग हैं, दूसरी तरफ शक्ति की पूजा करने वाले लोग हैं।
Well, as they say in cricket parlance, it was a full toss and the Prime Minister did not bat an eyelid before he hit it out of the boundary. The nervousness of I.N.D.I in general and the Congress in particular is understandable. The percentage of women voters have gone up election after election in the last decade. In several states, women now outnumber the male voters. The BJP made a clear correlation. This was a challenge to women and it was a challenge to the Hindu religion, the Hindu Dharma. No wonder then that in a damage control exercise, the Congress then called it nothing more than a twisting of Rahul Gandhi's statements in order to distract. First, it was Rahul Gandhi who himself said, I was never referring to the dharmic Shakti. All that I was referring to is how there is a power working behind the scenes which has taken over all institutions. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also jumped to her brother's defense, calling all of this a distraction to take away focus from real issues.
सुबह से आज प्रधानमंत्री बिलबिलाए हुए घूम रहे हैं। पूरी की पूरी भाजपा अनाप शनाप अनर्गल बातें कर रही है। कल जब से राहुल गांधी ने आसुरी शक्ति के खिलाफ खुलकर हमला बोला, यह चुनाव आसुरी शक्ति और दैवी शक्ति के बीच का चुनाव है।
कौन सी मर्यादा के बारे में बात कर रही है भाजपा आज के दिन? किस बात पे धज्जे उड़ाए जा रहे हैं? महिला शक्ति, क्या किया आपने महिला शक्ति के लिए? मणिपुर में जब मानभंग हो रहे हैं, क्या देश के प्रधानमंत्री ने बात किया? जो हरियाणा के हमारे मेडल विनर्स तो देश के गरिमा गौरव को बढ़ाए थे, उनके साथ जो हो रहा था, मगर सरकार ने सर नहीं झुकाया।
तो आज जब कुछ लोग हिंदू धर्म और शक्तियों पर ज्ञान दे रहे हैं, तो उनसे मेरे कुछ सवाल हैं शक्ति स्वरूप को लेकर। मणिपुर में जब आदमखोरों की भीड़ दो बेटियों को नोच रही थी, तब शक्ति स्वरूप नजर नहीं आया था। कानपुर में जब दो नाबालिग बेटियों के शव लटके मिले, तब शक्ति स्वरूप नजर नहीं आया। हाथरस की हैवानियत में जब बच्ची को 2:30 बजे रात को जला दिया गया, तब शक्ति स्वरूप नजर नहीं आया। शक्ति पर बात तब कीजिएगा जब इन दो सवालों का जवाब दे पाइए।
Let's be honest about it. This is more of political posturing than actual interpretation of what Rahul Gandhi said. Sure, it was a misstep and now it has been amplified by the BJP and the Prime Minister has taken it up as a political slogan. The problem though is this hasn't been the only faux pas from Rahul Gandhi in the recent past. First, remember he had declared how the youth of Varanasi are lying drunk on the roads. Then he decided to launch an attack for some inexplicable reason at Amitabh Bachchan and Aishwarya Rai. Now he has declared that his understanding of India is superficial at best and then even expressed his inability to roll bidis, finally ending with a broadside at the late Arun Jaitley, which is leading many to ask now, is Rahul Gandhi on the election trail actually turning out to be the biggest Shakti of the BJP?
मैं बंगाल गया और वहां पे वो महिलाएं थी, इसी यात्रा पे महिलाएं थी, वो बीड़ी बना रही थी। उनके हाथ में जो स्किल थी, बीड़ी बनाती थी वो, उनके हाथ में जो स्किल थी, मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में कभी पहले नहीं देखी। मैंने ट्राई किया, मतलब एक बीड़ी मतलब मैंने रोल करने की कोशिश की, नहीं हो रही थी मुझसे। उस महिला को आप फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट दीजिए, उसकी मदद कीजिए, मेक इन इंडिया उससे करवाइए और फिर देखिए क्या मजा आता है। पहले इनकी सरकार आई, अरुण जेटली मेरे पास आते हैं, कमरे में बैठते हैं और मुझे कहते हैं, राहुल, ये जो लैंड एक्विजिशन का मामला है, तुम इस पर मत बोलो। क्यों नहीं बोलूं? जनता का मामला है। अगर बोलोगे तो तुम्हारे ऊपर हम केस लगाएंगे। लगाओ केस, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। क्या कर लोगे मेरा? मुझे तो पहली बार हिंदुस्तान को नजदीकी से देखने का मौका मिला। मेरे दिमाग में एक हिंदुस्तान था, एक इंप्रेशन था, और जैसे ही मैं चलना शुरू किया, वो इंप्रेशन टूटता गया, बदलता गया, और अंत में जब मैं कश्मीर पहुंचा, मेरा रियलाइजेशन ये था कि जिस चीज को मैं हिंदुस्तान मानता था वो एक्चुअली हिंदुस्तान था ही नहीं। वो मेरे इमेजिनेशन का हिंदुस्तान था, अनइन्फॉर्म्ड हिंदुस्तान था। और ये जो मैं हिंदुस्तान भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में जिसको देखा है, ये भी एक प्रकार से अनइन्फॉर्म्ड हिंदुस्तान है। ये पहले वाले हिंदुस्तान से बेहतर इन्फॉर्म्ड है, मगर ये भी हिंदुस्तान की समझ नहीं है, सुपरफिशियल है।
Okay, let's take this across to the guests who are joining us now. Nalin Kohli, national spokesperson of the BJP; Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, political analyst; Kamruzaman Chaudhary, defends the Congress; Nikhil Jain, political consultant, also leans towards the Congress; and senior journalist Neerja Chaudhary. Nalin Kohli, I'll actually start with you. Do you admit it's a bit of a stretch to say that Rahul Gandhi was attacking women and attacking Hindus because of, sure, it may have been a strange comparison to make, but did he actually intend to attack women?
I don't know, because Rahul Gandhi ji has a sort of a language skill that is rather unique. इधर से आलू डालो, उधर से सोना निकलेगा, escape velocity of Jupiter. Today मैं शक्ति को, एक शक्ति का concept है, मतलब he is trying to understand Shakti. I mean, what is this idea of Sanatan Dharma? I mean, if he has to even come up with words like this, I mean, he exposes himself more than he really speaks, and it took 3 leaders after that to come and explain and defend him. So, I mean, if a leader speaks, there should be clarity in his words. It should not require 3 spokespersons to come and speak on his behalf to sort of, give a context to what he was saying and then attack the BJP. So this is Rahul Gandhi for you, and okay, that's his way of speaking. He talks about BD ka skills. I mean, all he has to do is listen to Prime Minister Modi, read up a little bit. He would know there is something called the Swanidhi Yojana. I mean, street vendors. He would know about Mudra, where 8 crore people have received loans without giving any collaterals, and they are self-entrepreneurs. He would have heard about Drone Didi, 1,000 drones to women from self-help groups. So he either doesn't want to educate himself about what's happening and then come out with these weird concepts, and the Congress party has a consistent track record of running down Sanatan Dharma. Show me a comment on another religion by Mr. Rahul Gandhi or someone else. First, there should be no comment on any religion. But why do they keep speaking about Sanatan Dharma?
Okay, fair. But again I asked you. See, hold on a second. You accepted he's challenged. He's challenged with Hindi.
An affidavit saying Lord Ram is imaginary.
You know, he may be challenged with the language, but would it be fair?
Who says Lord Ram can't? Okay, so I've got your question. You say he's challenged with the language. I mean, I can't really add to it, and I have to refrain myself.
No, that's what you said, that, he doesn't understand and other people have to come to his defense.
What about his communication? Yes, his concepts. I'm not talking about his language. I'm talking about his concepts.
It's switching to be a communication.
It's not a language skill. It's a conceptual skill. I mean, you tell me, idhar se aloo dalo, udhar se sona milega. or you tell me, let us interpret the escape velocity of Jupiter. This is not me, this is Rahul Gandhi ji's statements. Today he comes up, हिंदू धर्म में एक शक्ति है, हम उसके साथ लड़ेंगे. तो हिंदू धर्म में there is only one Shakti, Shiv Shakti. You could look at it from Shakti. Shakti is a very powerful part of our civilizational spiritual tradition. And Rahul Gandhi ji doesn't qualify by any standards to be an expert on it. So for him, it's a concept to say, I will defeat.
Okay.
So if you are trying to defeat Shakti and then say that the BJP is an asur, you've got all your mythology, you've got all your understandings really mixed up in a mixie which has churned around and become a proper shake.
Okay,
so I don't know where does this come from. That's why I said he needs 3 spokespersons from the Congress party to now come and clarify and attack the BJP for what he said.
Okay, respond Nikhil Jain.
I think I need to appreciate Mr. Kohli for the fact that he's not given into the nonsense that his party has given into. He's himself in a way admitting that what the BJP is doing is twisting Rahul Gandhi's statements to suit their political narratives, which is why I've brought on your show 2 awards that I want to present. One is for the best actor, Mr. Narendra Modi. One is for the best fake news creator, Mr. Amit Malviya. Rahul Gandhi very clearly says एक शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं. अब सवाल उठता है क्या शक्ति है?
हिंदू धर्म में एक शक्ति है भाई, आप शक्ति से लड़िए, आप मल्टीपल शक्तियों से लड़िए.
अब सवाल उठता है वो शक्ति क्या है? अब सवाल उठता है वो शक्ति क्या है? He himself is very clearly saying अब सवाल उठता है वो शक्ति क्या है? शक्ति है राजा के पास ईडी, सीबीआई, आईटी. उन शक्तियों का दुरुपयोग को हम देख ही रहे हैं.
हिंदू धर्म में कौन सा ईडी है?
It is the concept of power. It is the concept of power with the being. No, it is the concept of power with the being.
You don't understand Hindu dharma if you think Hindu dharma में शक्ति ईडी है.
I don't pretend to be any dharma guru unlike the Prime Minister.
You don't need to be a dharma guru, bhai. You need to be
also to respond on
sentient individual.
Let me respond to Mr. Kohli's statement.
Let's first get this out of the way. Sir, I have a simple question. What was the need or what is this compulsion? On one thing and one thing alone, everyone is flummoxed. You can talk about, there is this overriding sort of, behemoth in India, which is sort of, riding roughshod over everything through agencies. Totally understandable.
Is it a problem that an individual sees? No. Is it a problem if
Hindu dharma have to do with
Padmaja, is it a problem if an individual sees the world through the lens of the philosophy of Hinduism?
Is
that
what
the BJP does not want?
No.
To assume the world and to look at the world in the context of what I understand of things, what my philosophy is, and then to use it as a reference when I'm speaking. If the BJP has a problem with that, if the BJP has a problem with people reading into the Hindu philosophy, I'm not sure which party is anti-Hindu. Of course, it is the BJP. Also, Mr. Nalin Kohli is a very erudite individual, a very keen, very senior lawyer. He on your show right now said self-entrepreneurs. Now, should I be taking pot shots at him for saying self-entrepreneurs? Because that doesn't mean anything. But I would not let that. But the problem is that the BJP does the same sort of personal attack day in and day out on Rahul Gandhi every single day. He's talking about the escape velocity comment of Rahul Gandhi. Okay. Let me remind about the 2AB, extra 2AB कहां से आता है A plus B whole square के फॉर्मूला में कनाडा में जाके प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा था. Something that has become a laughing stock for on the Prime Minister across the world. And last day, आलू डालूंगा सोना निकलेगा. This is not what Rahul Gandhi said. He said नरेंद्र मोदी यहां पर आए थे, उन्होंने आपको ऐसा कहा था, क्या आलू डाल के सोना मिल रहा है? This is the full clip. It has been made public years and years ago, and it would be wrong to quote it now.
All right. So Harshvardhan Tripathi, the new philosophy now is कि राहुल गांधी का अपना इंटरप्रिटेशन है हिंदू धर्म का, और उनको लगता है कि हिंदू धर्म की फिलॉसफी में जो शक्ति है वो शक्ति है जो मोदी जी ईडी को यूज करते हैं और उसके खिलाफ इंडिया लड़ रहा है. तो उसको एक ऐसा बड़ा मुद्दा बना देना इज अनफेयर. दिस इज जस्ट राहुल गांधीज ओन इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ हिंदू धर्म.
पद्मजा जी, वैसे तो राहुल गांधी का मुद्दा बना देना ही अनफेयर है, नहीं करना चाहिए. और मैं तो ये मानता हूं कि राहुल गांधी राजनीति के लिए अनफिट है, और ये मैं बहुत गंभीरता से बार बार कहता हूं. अब उसके बाद अगर राहुल गांधी ऐसी कोई हरकत करते हैं, ऐसा कुछ बोल देते हैं, और उसके बाद उसको भारतीय जनता पार्टी उपयोग करती है, उनके खिलाफ करती है, तो कहा जाता है कि ये राजनीति हो रही. लेकिन मैंने वो पूरा भाषण सुना और मुझे तो आश्चर्य होता है कि कैसे वो क्या सोचते रहते हैं. या तो उनके दिमाग में बैक ऑफ द माइंड कहीं न कहीं वो हिंदू 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 चिल्लाता रहता है. यही तो वजह थी ना, वो जयपुर गए थे रैली करने महंगाई पर, और वहां हिंदुत्व, गांधी का हिंदुत्व, गोडसे का हिंदुत्व, वो सब बता के आए थे. जिनको नहीं याद है वो याद कर लें. मंदिर में जाने वाले क्या करते हैं, वो क्या कहते थे, छेड़खानी करते हैं मंदिर में, ये उन्होंने कहा था कि नहीं कहा था? और हिंदुत्व और आईएसआईएस और बोको हराम ये एक जैसे हैं, इसका कोई प्रतिकार, कोई ऐसा प्रतिवाद आया क्या? और आज जो है, जो मुंबई की रैली में जो कहा गया, उसको ध्यान से सुनिए, बहुत साफ साफ लाइन है। हिंदू धर्म में एक शब्द है शक्ति, और हम शक्ति से लड़ रहे हैं। और जिनको लगता है कि वो आधी अधूरी बात है, तो आगे वो क्या कह रहे हैं? वो कह रहे हैं राजा की आत्मा ईवीएम में है। आगे कहते हैं राजा की आत्मा सभी संस्थाओं में है। अरे भाई, राजा तो होता नहीं है, लेकिन इस देश में लोकतंत्र कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल दायरे में जो भी शपथ लेता है, उसकी आत्मा सभी संस्थाओं में होनी ही चाहिए। अब यह तो राहुल गांधी को अपनी बात कहनी नहीं आती, यह राहुल गांधी के दिमाग में हिंदू हिंदू इतना चलता है, उनको लगता है कि हिंदू और हिंदुत्व की राजनीति की वजह से नरेंद्र मोदी वहां पहुंच गए, तो किसी तरह से उस पर हमला करो। ये बार बार उनके मुंह से ऐसी चीजें निकलती हैं, शक्ति पर हमला कर रहे हैं वो। और अगर हिंदू धर्म में कोई शक्ति है तो वो सब जानते हैं। अभी नवरात्रि शुरू होने वाली है, 9 दुर्गा का लोग व्रत रहेंगे, शक्ति की पूजा करेंगे, और सबको पता है शक्ति के सामने तो आसुरी शक्तियां होती हैं, जो राक्षसी शक्तियां होती हैं वही होती हैं, तो लड़ रहे हैं।
Now, you know, everyone knows why the BJP and the Prime Minister in particular has linked it to women, because you've got over the last 10 years the number of women voters going up steadily. In fact, in the last 15 years, if you see, there are 64 seats in 2009 where the women's turnout was higher than that of men. Now take a look at 2014. This number went up to 97. 97 seats across India, Lok Sabha seats, where the turnout of women in percentage was higher than that of men. Cut to 2019, and from 97 seats, this figure had jumped to 143 seats. So 1/5 of the Lok Sabha seats across the country had a higher voter turnout of women than of men. Nija ji, the messaging of the BJP and the Prime Minister is clear. My question is, with Rahul Gandhi's statement and the Prime Minister's interpretation of it, will the women voters actually buy it?
Now that is the million-dollar question, the extent to which women voters are going to react to it. I think this is another classic case of a Rahul faux pas. It is a classic case of what people have called bhasha ka lafda that Rahul Gandhi suffers from. And time and again examples have been given where he's made these faux pas. Of course, his intention, I don't believe his intention was to attack either women or even the Hindu religion. But it is natural for, he could have used the word, you know, there's Narendra Modi is not an individual, there's a system working behind him, there is takat behind him, but he chose to, as has been said, that Hindu dharma mein Shakti hai, aur us Shakti ko hum khatam karenge. So it's a very, you know, the other side, the BJP, it's a godsend for BJP. They will latch on to it. It's election season. If they didn't latch on to it, people will say, what are they about? So, like statements in the past, this too, the BJP and the Prime Minister is given it a very high pitch, saying, I lay down my life for the women. What Shakti actually means, Shakti has a connotation, a positive connotation. It's not a negative connotation that Rahul was trying to make. So I'm not surprised, but the extent to which women will buy it, a large number of women vote for the Prime Minister because he is Narendra Modi. And but there are other issues. How will this be overtaken by discourse in the coming days? Much also depends on how the Congress handles it. But for the moment, it was avoidable. And perhaps Rahul Gandhi should get his colleagues to look at his speeches before he delivers them.
And that's the question one asks again and again, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, why? Here you had a Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra culmination, all of your leaders are on stage, and you decide to launch a completely unnecessary broadside. In fact, there are media reports that suggest that Mr. Kharge told Rahul Gandhi, at least please don't talk about Savarkar from this stage, because you're sitting in Mumbai. So Savarkar nahi to phir Shakti pakad ke le aaye. Why?
Padmaja, good evening first and foremost. Basically, it is very much preposterous to even think on those lines that Rahul Gandhi will even think of attacking the Hindu religion. Basically the main thing that I find out here is pure headlines management from the Bharatiya Janata Party and its supreme leader Narendra Modi ji out here.
भाई आप headline मत दीजिए ना उनको. Don't give them a headline to manage.
Scandal in the
Had he not decided to go off script and talk about Hindu religion, people would have been talking about the rally.
This is not fair. You didn't give me 10 seconds and you are interfering.
Okay, go on.
You are interfering. Let me finish my statement. I am not apologetic, nor my leader Rahul Gandhi is apologetic, nor the Congress party's any leader is apologetic for yesterday's statement of Rahul Gandhi. For the simple reason, one of the world's largest corruption scandals in which a quid pro quo has clearly been identified and established in a number of cases of the electoral bond scam. First you arrest Kavita ji and divert the headlines of that evening. Today you have taken a non-existent debate into the national headlines of the Shakti. Tomorrow it might be something else. The basic reason out here is that the Shakti that we have been fighting here for is for the Shakti for the people of Manipur. We are fighting as the Shakti for the people of Uttar Pradesh, where there is multi-dimensional poor, even lower than the sub-Saharan Africa. We are fighting for those people whose lives are at risk, whose employment guarantees are not working. We are working for the poor of this country who have been deceived and cheated by the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is the Shakti that we are fighting against. And mind you, Padmaja, none of us are apologetic about Rahul Gandhi's remark. No matter how far you take about it, take it too and say that Hinduism has been attacked. अरे Hinduism हजारों साल पुराना है. ना तो राहुल गांधी या ना तो नरेंद्र मोदी जी से उसको खतरा है. खतरा है तो इनका कुर्सी का खतरा है जो बार बार धर्म को लाकर ये राजनीति सेकना चाहते हैं.
सर, धर्म को, with the greatest of respect, the only person who actually spoke about the Hindu religion was Rahul Gandhi himself. Nobody was talking about it. And if you are referring to headline management, again I reiterate, stop giving headlines that you don't want. You can't expect that you say things and then wonder why there is a controversy. But it's convenient for you, Nalin Kohli, that this has come as a distraction from Rahul Gandhi. And you're capitalizing.
Right. So I think these are lines that, basically don't have a head or a tail. To put it as bluntly as that. And someone is suggesting on the program that, maybe he should have his speeches checked. Or alternatively, Mr. Rahul Gandhi should check who his speech writers are. It's one of the two, but why should we be complaining? Look at what Kamru Zaman Chaudhary is saying. He's saying people of India are being deceived. And he's saying that this is the real problem, we are fighting for them. Then why are those people who are being deceived, whom the Congress is fighting for, not voting for the Congress? That is the billion-dollar question, not a million-dollar question. The reason is the Congress is about getting Mr. Rahul Gandhi to come up with these magnificent gems. As simple as that. So he thinks he makes a statement and he thinks India is now awakened and is going to listen to him. On the other hand, you have a Prime Minister who's working and delivering. It's not very complicated. Let me pick up from the Prime Minister's last speech at a TV conclave. What does he say? He says, prior to 2014, just 4 examples I will give. Prior to 14, there used to be maybe 100 startups registered. Now there are 1,25,000 startups registered.
An absolute lie.
Most of them from 600 districts of India, which means tier 2 and tier 3. Then he talks about the second example. He says, let's pick up Mudra. Mudra is about loans without guarantees. Basically, people without collateral could get a loan. 8 crore such people have become entrepreneurs. Let's take the third one. He talks about women self-help groups and Drone Didi, 1,000 drones given to women who are using it for agriculture. And why women? This is the important point. Because he says when a woman drives a tractor, it becomes big news. I'm giving it to women. I could have given it to anybody else. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi is completely out of sync. Even with the data that you point out, 1/4 of India's seats, not 1/5, but 143 out of 543 is about 1/4 of the seats are women voters are more. It has more than doubled in the last 10 years. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi then picks up Shakti and then says, Hindu Dharma mein ek Shakti hai and we are going to fight with Shakti. Please do. Be our guest. And then you are going to blame the BJP for it?
Now, for anyone who talks about headline management, I want you to listen again to what he said yesterday morning. Here is somebody who has finished his second yatra. The first one was from south to north. The next one is from east to west. And then he says, I have a very superficial understanding of India. You are 53 years old. You aspire to be the Prime Minister of the country and you are telling the voters that I don't understand what India is. Please listen in again and then think who is making the headlines for the wrong reasons.
मुझे तो पहली बार हिंदुस्तान को नजदीकी से देखने का मौका मिला. मेरे दिमाग में एक हिंदुस्तान था, एक इंप्रेशन था और जैसे ही मैं चलना शुरू किया वो इंप्रेशन टूटता गया, बदलता गया और अंत में जब मैं कश्मीर पहुंचा मेरा रियलाइजेशन ये था कि जिस चीज को मैं हिंदुस्तान मानता था वो एक्चुअली हिंदुस्तान था ही नहीं. वो मेरे इमेजिनेशन का हिंदुस्तान था, अनइन्फॉर्म्ड हिंदुस्तान था. और ये जो मैं हिंदुस्तान भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में जिसको देखा है ये भी एक प्रकार से अनइन्फॉर्म्ड हिंदुस्तान है. ये पहले वाले हिंदुस्तान से बेहतर इन्फॉर्म्ड है मगर ये भी हिंदुस्तान की समझ नहीं है, सुपरफिशियल है.
So then tell me, Harshvardhan Tripathi, who is making the headlines? वो कह रहे हैं अब आकर के कि ये अनइन्फॉर्म्ड हिंदुस्तान है, मेरे को सुपरफिशियल अंडरस्टैंडिंग है हिंदुस्तान की, मेरे इमेजिनेशन का हिंदुस्तान था.
पद्मजा जी, अगर उनको हिंदुस्तान नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, उनको भारतवर्ष नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, तो कोई कैसे समझा सकता है? ये हो सकता है कि आप कहें कि चलो ठीक है भाई, 2004 में राहुल गांधी ये बात कहते तो चलो कोई दिक्कत नहीं, ठीक था. 2009 में भी कहते तो चलो कोई दिक्कत नहीं थी. अब वो 20 साल के पार्लियामेंटेरियन हैं, 20 साल के, 2004 से 2019 तक अमेठी से और 2019 से 2024 तक वायनाड से. आप सोचिए, एक व्यक्ति जो सांसद है, अगर इनको भारतवर्ष की समझ नहीं तो किस मुद्दे पर बात करेंगे संसद में? कैसे ये पॉलिसी बनाएंगे? इन्होंने जब देश के प्रधानमंत्री की कैबिनेट का अध्यादेश फाड़ कर फेंक दिया था प्रेस क्लब ऑफ इंडिया में, प्रतीकात्मक तौर पर उस वक्त अजय माकन देखा करते थे मीडिया का काम, क्या था वो? तमाशा था. इसका मतलब बचपने में पूरी सरकार चल रही थी क्या? एक व्यक्ति के बचपने के लिए डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह की प्रधानमंत्री के तौर पर प्रतिष्ठा को यूं ही हवा में उड़ा दिया गया. और ऐसी कितनी घटनाएं हुई. पिछली बार भी भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में जब ये नफरत कर रहे थे तो लाल किले पर आते आते कहा कि मैं तो इतना घूम आया, मुझे तो कहीं नफरत दिखी ही नहीं, सब प्रेम से रह रहे थे. राहुल गांधी चाहते क्या हैं? मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं, उनको खुद नहीं पता वो क्या चाहते हैं. शायद वो अपना जीवन जीना चाहते थे, अपनी पार्टी, अपने परिवार, अपनी माताजी के दबाव में राजनीति में वो पिस रहे हैं. मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं, वो राजनीति के समझने के योग्य है ही नहीं. मैं जानता हूं कि ये बहुत कड़वी बात है, इसके बाद लोग कांग्रेस के नेता मेरे ऊपर टूट पड़ेंगे, लेकिन ये 20 साल का पार्लियामेंटेरियन अगर भारतवर्ष को नहीं समझ पा रहा है और आज भी ये कह रहा है कि नहीं अभी भी जो देखा है वो ऐसे ही है, तो फिर तो मुश्किल है कुछ. और ऐसा व्यक्ति कैसे विपक्षी पार्टी का नेता बनेगा, ये भी सवाल है.
Nisha ji, because you know the Congress inside out, what do people within the party think of all of this? And this is not a one-time affair. We've unfortunately had this conversation practically every week. What do people within the Congress make of this?
I think publicly, as we see, they defend it. Privately, they are uncomfortable. There's a lot of discomfort with when this kind of thing happens. But on this thing about not understanding India, I think that is not such a damaging thing. Even the most senior, most anubhavi leaders, we are learning. They're all learning about India every day. It's such a hugely diverse country. I had a senior BJP leader say to me, जब हम North East में गए, we had no idea how diverse India was. So that admission I don't think is so damaging. What is damaging is what he said about Shakti, and after a tour in Maharashtra, which was a super success, Nandurbar with the tribals, fantastic meetings, Nashik, a huge rally, Thane, enthusiastic response. And then he comes to this rally where all the India allies are present with him. And again a huge rally at the historic Shivaji Park. The final note of the yatra soon after the elections are announced. And it now is generated into a debate on Shakti. Completely avoidable.
And if you think that was bad enough, I want you to listen, Nikhil Jain, to what Prakash Ambedkar said. From the same stage, and actually he appealed to Priyanka Gandhi Vadra saying, if we are talking about Hindu culture, I want Priyanka Gandhi and Mr. Kharge to take up this issue. Listen to what Prakash Ambedkar's contribution to that rally was.
कि मोदी जी कहते हैं कि ये देश मेरा परिवार है। ये बात सही है कि ये देश उनका परिवार है, लेकिन उनका जो असली परिवार है उनमें से एक महिला उनके साथ में नहीं रहती है। हो सकता है कि अगले साल के इलेक्शन में जो हो रहा है, मोदी जी दोबारा प्राइम मिनिस्टर ना बने। कांग्रेस पार्टी के अध्यक्ष से भी मेरी दरखास्त है कि हम लोग इस मुद्दे को उठाए और हिंदू समाज के अंदर फैमिली का जो रिश्ता होता है वो सबसे गहरा रिश्ता होता है। मोदी जी उस रिश्ते को निभाए, उस रिश्ते को निभाए और अपनी पत्नी को अपने साथ में लेके रहे।
Nikhil Jain, this is what the stage was for. To say that in Hindu religion, you need to put pressure and on the election campaign trail, bring up Mr. Modi's wife.
Rahul Gandhi's family has been dragged through the mud since decades by the BJP, but nobody bats an eyelid to that. Sonia Gandhi said कि ये 50 करोड़ की गर्लफ्रेंड है, जर्सी काउ है, and all sorts of deplorable vulgar remarks have been made by no less but the Prime Minister of India. Yet when some political leader is questioning a man who has deserted his wife and then goes around the country beating his chest that I am the one giving rights to women, it may or may not have been a statement that I would have made, but let's not, compare it with the kind of things that Narendra Modi does. Also, to respond on the things that were said earlier on the debate, Mr. Kohli talked about micro loans without collateral. That is something that started during the Congress era. The Prime Minister just renamed it. He's talking about self-help groups for women. Again, that is something that started during the Congress era, and the BJP has just carried on with it. So a lot of the achievement that he's listing for his government are essentially things that happened or started during the Congress era, including also, by the way, UPI. Then, on the point of whether Rahul Gandhi, is making a damaging statement when he says that I don't have a complete understanding of India, I think that is the modesty of the man. It is only a fool who claims to know it all. A wise man will always say that he doesn't know enough. And that is what Rahul Gandhi is doing. Unlike Mr. Modi, who likes to pretend that he knows everything, he goes around tutoring wind scientists on how to create a windmill that can draw water from the air. He goes around telling, PhD students and mocking Rahul Gandhi and comparing him with a dyslexic child. He goes around the country and to Canada and says ye 2AB extra kahan se aata hai. What kind of a leader do the people of India want? One who is modest and enough to admit that he doesn't understand the country fully but is making his effort despite the fact he does understand the country very well, or another who just claims to know it all and just never manages to deliver on the promises that he made to the people of the country. Bullet train, doubling of farmer incomes, bringing 15 lakh back, Swins Bank से ये कर देंगे, वो कर देंगे, सबका पैसा पकड़ लेंगे, कुछ नहीं हो पा रहा है. तो ये हिंदू धर्म की बातों से लोगों को डेविएट करा जा रहा है. हिंदू मोदी जी भी हैं, हिंदू राहुल गांधी भी हैं, but I don't understand why should it be important.
All right, it is important because in politics, message is as important as the mandate. And to deny that, well, I leave it to your wisdom or the wisdom of the viewers. Thanks very much, all gentlemen. Neeja Chaudhary for joining me.